We'll speak about the game in a moment more, but let's bring in a man who played for Manchester United over 300 times and has been part of the coaching staff. Good evening, Paddy Crerand. Paddy Crerand, good evening.
Have I done a bit of poaching lately, have I?
You know, it's a little bit like having Ed Miliband and David Cameron. They're on separately.
Don't mention me with David Cameron, for God's sake.
I could have told you about Paddy's politics.
No, we've had you before. We've kept Alan Kennedy. They don't want to be on air together. We can't keep them separated with such a big game. Paddy, even though you're not at the club, are you allowed to talk to us?
Of course I'm allowed.
Is that okay? I'm just checking because it's web. Fergie's web.
Yeah.
Spans wide. I don't know who's texted and who's talked to today.
Yeah.
So you're okay.
Of course.
Excellent. What do you reckon about all this? His comments that he made after the defeat to Chelsea. He's been charged. He's going to
Let me say something to you, Colin. Did you see the match?
Yeah.
What did you think of the referee?
Thought he was terrible.
So any human being that was at that game thought the referee was terrible.
Yeah.
But we're living in a world where the referees are a mafia association. You can't contradict or say anything against them. Which is, I thought we lived in a democratic society, do we?
Listen, what he said, I think we all agree.
Why
should have been off.
Why is he getting punished for it?
Well, he's getting punished because that's their rules. I agree with you. Look,
start me off, and these people
Paddy,
that run football in this country
Paddy,
don't know their backside from their elbow. Half of them.
Paddy, how many of these discussions do we have where it comes down to the fact they've broken a rule that we don't think should be there? For example, a player getting sent off the other week for a second yellow for scoring such an important goal.
I know it's stupid.
But they know what's going to happen when they do it. In the same token, Paddy, he knows he's going to get it.
Every human being that's a football fan knows of any sport in actual fact. It's an emotional game.
Yeah.
It's an emotion. If Liverpool score on Sunday, they're not allowed to jump up and shout at the fans, or do they all get sent out?
I'm delighted to hear that you've not calmed down any since we met just after the final whistle.
Paddy, I walked down the stairs with you and Tuesday. Dear me, that referee. But that's not his first. But we are not allowed to. Are we not allowed opinions nowadays?
We are. It does suit, though. I mean, do you think there's hypocrisy there, Paddy? If I take you to the comments at that weekend, Sir Alex Ferguson, in that match environment, in that post-match environment, said it was stuff of nothing, Wayne Rooney's elbow. And Mike Phelan, don't blame him, because I would say whatever Alex Ferguson wanted me to say too, probably. He said, let the referee the game. Let him referee the game. Let it go. Let it go.
Of course. I thought Wayne Rooney possibly could have got sent off against... If that had been... any foreign
Paddy,
player.
you're saying possibly?
If that had been any... No, I'll tell you the reason.
No, that was assault, Paddy. What Wayne Rooney did to McCarthy was assault.
Let me just finish in actual fact. If that had not been a Scottish player, if that had been a foreign player, he would have been rolling all over the place and the referee would have probably sent Wayne Rooney off. But that was a Scottish player. And Pat Nevin will tell you, when you're brought up in Scotland, if somebody hits you, you don't go down, regardless of what happens. And I think that's the main reason what saved Wayne Rooney, possibly. But then again, that was United against Wigan. We're talking about United against Chelsea. Different referee, different situation. The big right back, I couldn't even pronounce his name, of Chelsea, committed 5 fouls in the first 20 minutes of the game. Could have been booked for every one of them.
But we're not debating that. I suppose the curious life and times of Sir Alex Ferguson, one of, if not the greatest manager in the world. None of this has been disputed.
But you're not allowed an opinion either.
Yeah, Paddy, I just wish it was a bit more consistent. And he is in the same boat, Paddy, as the majority of managers. He'll say one thing when it's done against them and one thing when it's for them. And, fans aren't stupid. Manchester United fans aren't stupid.
I know, but of course fans aren't stupid. All fans. But the people that run the game are.
Yeah.
The people that run the game the people that run the Referees Association are a bit thick as well, I think.
Paddy, but that's how ridiculous the FA are. They won't charge Wayne Rooney for what he did to McCarthy, right? Which you want out of the game completely, okay? But they will charge people like Ryan Babel, who put the referee, is it Howard Webb, and Manchester United kit on.
Well, why wouldn't they charge Wayne Rooney?
And why?
What's the difference?
They should charge Wayne Rooney, but I'm saying, but they won't. But they will charge Alex Ferguson for something that he says. Now, which is the most evil out of the two? It's the actions on the pitch.
I remember not very long ago Alan Shearer kicking Neil Lennon in the face at a football match, and the FA took no reaction because England had an international coming up.
Isn't it maybe just the case?
It's the hypocrisy of the whole situation. It's not just one case or another case.
Most importantly, Paddy, can I ask Paddy, is there a bit... the fact that things have gone against Manchester United recently. Obviously, they've got problems at centre back as well.
Yeah.
Is it showing a wee bit of pressure? That they are worried now. There are these little things coming out. Some of the players are feeling it a little bit now.
Pat,
amazingly, it shouldn't be with Man United because they're used to leading from the front.
Yeah, well, I think when you play with the bigger clubs, Arsenal the same, Chelsea to a certain degree over the last few years, they're all under pressure. United have been under pressure since the year dot. And that's something I've been able to put up with. All right, we flare up now and again. What's wrong with that? I mean, we talk about decisions. Darren Fletcher, I know very, very well, a lovely lad, gets sent off against Arsenal for a dive that Fabregas made. Never apparently kicked a million years.
But this is football.
I spoke to the guy from UFA outside afterwards, a Scots lad. I can't remember if it's Smith or not. I says, that decision's wrong. That lad might never ever get a chance of playing in the European Cup final. Yeah. You've got to change that decision. And he gave me all the excuses under the sun of why he couldn't. If a wrong's a wrong, it should be right,
yes.
or a right's a right. It should be righted the wrong, or the wrong righted, or whatever. I'm getting myself mixed up here.
Paddy Crerand, you fall into a really dangerous trap here. You're logical and you make sense. And we're all on the same page here. All I would say, the FA aren't here. And they do take a general bashing in every sport show that exists in the world. But I'm just saying that why it's illogical. I agree with you with the Fletcher situation. I agree with you in the situation of the maybe the managers could say a little bit more. I agree with you in terms of
a little bit more after matches.
Yeah, exactly. They it's something they don't like to do. I know, and they would have their reasons for that. All I'm saying is, with some of the rules that we view as stupid, they're consistent most of the time in how they enforce them. They did ban Alex Ferguson last year. They had a suspended ban over his head. That will now come into play. He's appealing that. They're inconsistently illogical.
Without question, yeah.
They're consistently illogical. I'm just saying they do enforce them as they're written.
Colin, can I say one of the reasons why I think they're inconsistent, particularly against the bigger clubs, and particularly Manchester United? I think the press have a big say as well. And I think if you're a bigger name than somebody else, they're apt to more of a go at you than they will somebody else that's lesser. I mean, probably Blackpool won't agree with me because of the fine they've got for sending out a weakened team. But I'm not sure who it was against. Stoke. I can't remember in actual fact. But fined, and the manager came out and kicked up hell because they were unfortunate to lose the game. If you've got a squad of 24 players, you should be able to play whoever the hell you like and don't go by we field a weakened team or not field a weakened team.
I want to get on to the match, Paddy.
Yes.
There's one more thing. I just want to push you in this just a little bit.
Yeah.
With all respect, sir. Well, you've talked about the referee in the Chelsea game, very strong terms. Would you agree that Sir Alex Ferguson, maybe, given what he said last weekend, then what he said on Tuesday, and then his actions today, could maybe grow up a little bit? Could maybe
what do you mean grow up a little bit? That's
come on,
ridiculous.
Okay,
Colin,
Paddy,
you're supposed to be an intelligent person.
No, I've never been accused of being that.
You're trying to create a storm here over should Alex. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm talking about.
Look, let me say something to you. Your programme's quite good as it is. You don't have to enlarge on it by creating a situation where somebody out there think, oh, I like that programme. There's a bit.
We don't do that. With all due respect,
surely
Paddy.
we should be talking sense.
Paddy, I'm asking you.
Things that are important.
I'm asking, does he need to grow up a little bit?
Why would Alex Ferguson?
Well, let me explain it.
Years of age nearly. What would he need to grow up for?
I'm the one speaking in very calm tones. On the weekend, last weekend, when he said, stuff and nothing.
What's calm tones got to do with it?
I'm just saying.
Because you can say anything you like, but I'm using a calm voice.
No, not at all, Paddy. I'm just saying. I'm trying to qualify it.
Very emotional, Colin.
Paddy, I don't want this show.
I'm sure when you're at Anfield on Sunday. And, and something happens in the game against a Liverpool player, you'll show no reaction.
No, that's not the point at all. I'm just saying
that's the point I'm trying to make.
There's an inconsistency there from the weekend, as we talked about, to what he said on Tuesday. Absolutely. I'm just saying from that point of view, and also, not even talking his own TV channel today.
Talk about inconsistencies. Go and speak to Nick Clegg. Okay. After the result in Barnsley last night. Speak to him about inconsistencies in life.
Paddy, I don't know, Colin's trying to say is Alex Ferguson can't have selective honesty. He can't. He had selective.
You know something. That's a lovely word, that collective honesty.
No, selective.
What does that mean? Are you trying to bamboozle the people?
No, he didn't say that.
You're trying to bamboozle with me.
Selective.
Collective honesty.
Selective.
No, tell me what that means, somebody. Would you please educate me?
Paddy.
What is collective honesty?
Paddy, I didn't say that. I said selective honesty.
Well, the same thing, selective honesty.
Right, okay, what I say is, he came out on Saturday when Wayne Rooney elbowed McCarthy in the face, right, and he said it was a coming together.
No, he didn't elbow McCarthy in the face. You have to look at it again. He caught him in the back of the head, actually.
All right,
well,
different.
He didn't get... No, but if you're going to talk something, get your facts right.
So
he hit him in the back of the head.
Well, right.